This is a droid game that I've created and I've been playing around with. I've always been a fan of video games, and that's actually what got me into programming. I remember one of the first programs that I wrote was I would generate a random number between 1 and 100 and make the player guess the number, and it would tell you if you were higher or lower. And I've played different video games on touchscreen phones, and it seems like RPG would be the best for a touchscreen because any kind of action game, your hand or your fingers kind of get in the way. So RPG lets you view the screen, and well, it's like a turn-based RPG. You view the screen and you walk around and you go into battle and choose your different options. I worked on this a few weeks back in October, and this is nowhere near complete. I have a whole lot more ideas I want to implement. I just got to a point where I needed to move on to something else because I came up with a huge list of things I wanted to do, and it was starting to consume most of my time. I used Eclipse and the Android SDK to develop this. This is what I use to develop any Droid app that I've written before. I found a basic game tutorial, which I'll put in the description. It's basically, the point of that was just there were different characters that walked around randomly on the screen, and when you touched one of those, it would remove it from the screen. So what I did is vastly different from that. And this is very slow on this emulator, and it's much faster on an actual phone. As you can see, I'm clicking around, and that simulates actually touching the screen if you had a Droid. You see this main screen here I can walk around on. I can actually reach the edge of the screen, and it'll load another area of the map. It's basically a 3x3 map right now. The plan was to make it much larger. And you can see different objects here, like this is a wall. I run into the wall, can't go past it. This over here is what I call the sidebar. Tells you your hit points, your attack power, your weapon, and your magic points. And I have different enemies, as you can see. I'll go ahead and run into this guy. As soon as I run into him, it goes into the battle view. This is a lot like Final Fantasy, and you have 3 options here: attack, magic, and scamper. Scamper is just a cooler word than run. And when I hit attack, it'll walk forward and throw a fist, and you can see the enemy's hit points go down. And then when my turn's done, it's his turn. He's got a kind of a decrepit sword, so I'll go ahead and attack him again, and it'll kill him. Okay, let me walk over to the next screen here. So we got another enemy on this screen. And it's a 3x3 map. When we walk, so this was the second screen. If I walked over one more time, I'd be on the third screen, and then one more time I'd be back on the original screen. Let me go ahead and show you what magic does. Walks forward, throws a fireball. It did 3 damage and killed him, but my magic points went down. So let me go down. See what's down here? A weapon. This is actually the hammer that was in Zelda Ocarina of Time. But I called it an axe because that's what fit in this little this little area right here. And you can see my attack power. I have 2 base attack power. With the weapon, it goes up to 6. So let's see, I've walked right down. So I started here, I went right down, I'll go left now. Hits the edge of the screen, loads the next map. There's an enemy here. I'll attack with the axe hammer. One more screen, another enemy. Go ahead and use some more magic. Killed him. I'll go up now. Ooh, and look at that. A potion. Makes my hit points go up to 5. Another enemy over here. If I thought, oops, he's too powerful, let me run away. I can hit Scamper. My guy runs off and enemy's there. I can run back into him and fight him. I hit attack too fast. I was going to show you. I got another enemy here. I'll show it to you now. Like I said, this is much faster on actual Droid emulators. About twice as slow. But you can see my magic option here is grayed out because I don't have enough magic points. So now I'm going to attack and kill him. I think that might be... Oh no, I got one more potion up here. But this was the last screen. So I think if I go left and down, this will be back to my home screen. Yep. So I'll go, just to show you my 3x3 map, I'll go up 3 screens to show you I get back to the home screen. Then I'll go right. Yep, see I came back to it. Now I'll go right. And all of these objects on the screen they inherit from a sprite class. So I could easily define new types of objects like trees or mountains or something like that, or water. Like trees, you can't go through the trees unless you have the axe, and then if there's water, you have to have a raft to go over it. That'd be easy to implement, just takes time. But that's basically it. Let me know what you think. Actually, I'll go over some of these things that I wrote down, possible improvements. I wanted to have an inventory where you could click maybe like a bag or something over here, or weapon. You could click on your weapon and give you a list of weapons. You could choose a different weapon. And like I said, like having a bag instead of using your potions or whatever, as soon as you get them, just put them in your bag and then you can use them whenever. A deeper battle menu. Right now I've only got those 3 options. Like maybe use different types of magic, like fire, ice, or something like that. I was a big fan of Final Fantasy games. I'd want like a main menu when you first start the game. Also options to save the game. Let me show you something else I probably spent 2 weeks trying to fix this. When I leave the game, every time I was trying to relaunch it, it would crash. That ended up being a thread issue that I'd spent a couple of weeks researching and finally figured out. But I'd also like to be able to, well, when you click the home button, it just leaves the app, but this is still stored in memory, but it's not actually saved. So I want a way to save it and then, relaunch it, just like save game in any other game. And like I said, I want a larger map with trees and waters and mountains and things like that, and new enemies and new items. It'd be easy to implement. I could just right now all of my all of my classes inherit from the sprite class, but I could create like an item class that inherits from the sprite class, and then different types of items like potions that heal your hit points, or other potions that heal your or increase your magic points, things like that. That's basically all I've got right here. Please leave me some comments. This may be the most interesting project that I've posted so far. It's definitely the one that I had the funnest on. But yeah, just let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.